Hi, I'm Colleen, and today I want to talk to you about small changes I've made to live more sustainably. When I was little, my parents have always had a garden, and we have always recycled. I think it was when I went into college, and especially when I had my own apartment, it was more noticeable to me how many different ways I wasn't being sustainable, and that really made me want to just start incorporating things a little bit at a time. Reusable towels, reusable glass containers for leftover food. We also really love BeesWrap, which I have a little thing of. It's just like a little piece of fabric that is slightly sticky, and you can put it over a bowl, a cup. Sometimes if we're using like black beans and we don't use the whole container, like you can just put it over the top, and that's just like you don't have to use plastic wrap, you don't have to use tin foil, like you just wash it with cold water and soap and let it dry. I recently have been sewing a lot, and I have a lot of fabric scraps. And when I first started sewing, I was like, well, I'm never going to use this like tiny piece of fabric for anything. So I started looking at projects. I just did a quick Google search. I think I looked on Instagram and Pinterest too. And now I am making a full-size quilt using 2x2 inch tiny squares of fabric. This is fabric I had already had and I had used for something else. I really like it because it shows while I'm sewing and cutting the fabric, it reminds me of things that I've made in the past. So I'm like, I have this really cool pink fabric that I used to make something as a gift, and now I get to put it in this quilt that I'm going to use on my bed. I don't know, I just think that's it's like a little trip down memory lane, and also preventing me from putting things in the garbage, which is really nice. I would say pick 3 things that you are really aware of that you do that you want to change, or 3 things that you see other people doing that you want to change. Start with a small number. You could even do 1 or 2, and just look up, Google search alternative ways to dry my dishes or clean my kitchen. Definitely would not try to make over your whole life. I think that is really overwhelming. I think starting with just a few things in mind, and then incorporating those changes for a month or however long it takes you to get used to it, and then moving on to something else is the best way to go. Just picking and doing a little bit of research. It's easy being green.